is the Hadley Housing Authority Board of Commissioners Quarterly Meeting Agenda, Tuesday, April 28th. It's 11:05 in the Golden Court Community Room. So the first item on the agenda is adoption or the agenda or changes. I'll just ask, does anybody have any topics not reasonably anticipated? I'm going to start with Pamela over there.
The housing authority has nothing.
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
And Rich has nothing, okay. The next item is approval of the minutes. So we have 3 sets of minutes here. The first one's from Tuesday, February 10th. Can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes of February 10th, 2026.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Then I'll call for discussion. Oh, no, it's only 1 set of minutes because we're in
Yeah.
quarterly. Sorry about that. Give you a few minutes to look through it because we just got the binders this morning, so.
You got yours on Friday.
I got mine on Friday, but I didn't want to point out that. Thank you.
Yeah, I tried to give Sue hers, but she locked her door.
Are you done looking at the minutes, Rich?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sue?
you bet.
Okay. Huh?
Oh, you're on discussion of it? Discussion of minutes?
I'm sorry, what?
You're on discussion of the minutes.
Discussion of the minutes, that's correct. So, Sue, do you have any observations?
Just page 3, under board correspondence, having to do with track star training for board members. We're going to get into it further down into the
When we do
meeting.
the PMR, I think we'll be able to do that, because that's a section of the PMR. Is that okay?
It's fine.
Okay. Rich, do you have anything?
No, I have nothing.
Okay, so there's no corrections, additions, or whatever to the minutes, so I'll call for the vote. Sue?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Rich?
Yes.
All right, 3-0. The next item on the agenda is the executive director report and warrant report. Pamela? Oh, and that's a votable item, so can I get a motion, Rich?
So on the,
To approve the warrant report, it'll be the January, so.
I move to approve the warrant report dated 1/1/2026 to 1/31/2026 in the amount of $33,936.84.
Can I get a second, Sue?
I'll second.
All right. So discussion, questions, etc.
Let me know when we can.
Yes,
I-
yes. Do you have anything? I'm
Yes, on
sorry.
page 3 of 3
Of January's?
of January,
Mhm.
or January 16th, town of Hadley, the word pilot, what, if somebody can
Oh,
explain
okay.
what that means.
So the pilot is our property taxes and all 667 properties under regulations don't pay normal property taxes. It's called a pilot or in lieu of tax. So that's our property tax that's the dollar amount we pay yearly to the town of Hadley. They give us a deal.
Okay.
It is such a good deal too. Yeah. Okay, Rich, do you have any?
No, I was gonna ask the same thing.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, we only see this once a year, so it can slip the mind. Yeah. I do have a question, and that is for 12/31/2025. To Amherst Housing Authority, the $13,960. Did I miss, well, we'll get to that later, but in our minutes, the board voted on February 10th that we are directing Pamela to include the Amherst Housing Authority invoice on every warrant report that includes monies paid to Amherst Housing Authority.
Directing me?
Huh?
You're directing me? Was that on the board, the agenda? I don't even remember that being on.
It was
the-
as part of the warrant report.
But that's a completely different thing than a warrant report. So again, I wasn't at that meeting, I don't know, but I don't remember that being on the agenda.
It was
why?
as part of the warrant report because we could, there was a amount to be paid, but we had no invoice that separated out the categories.
The invoice does separate the categories on the.
We didn't have an invoice.
You don't have an invoice for any of these on the warrant report. Why would the management agreement be different?
Because we are asking as a board.
You're asking or you're directing?
We're
It's a-
directing as a board, we voted on it, that we want, every time we see an invoice from Amherst Housing Authority, we want it to include a detailed,
So can I ask why we're not asking for the invoices for every other invoice then?
well,
On the
because
warrant
until
report.
December, the finance committee, and then it
What
was,
finance committee?
we have a finance subcommittee. We've
You
had a
do?
finance subcommittee
You've
for,
got a policy subcommittee, but.
and a finance subcommittee, we've had it for a couple of years. And until December, well, it actually stopped about a year before that, but Rich and I used to meet with Amherst Housing Authority accountant.
And go through all the invoices.
That is correct, but then that stopped.
Right.
And then I was just getting invoices
Right.
to look at with the warrant report.
Mm-hmm.
And just to make sure everything was okay. And then that stopped in December.
Right, through a mutual agreement.
I can't, without board vote, I can't agree to that, and I'm sorry if I,
Right,
You
and then
know.
again, that's all invoices, that's just not the Amherst Housing Authority.
well,
invoice.
we're happy to get all invoices with the warrant report if you like.
So the treasurer is the one that would typically sit then, that's what we used to do in Amherst, but we don't do that anymore. So there was a whole conversation on that. But
Yes,
if you wanna go back to everybody looking at every invoice, I have a problem with just Amherst, looking at the Amherst, cause it almost makes it sound like the invoice is
No,
wrong.
it's
No,
not.
it actually does.
well,
It
to
does,
you,
respectfully.
but to, what the board voted,
Without
on-
an agenda item.
because we were having trouble approving that warrant when we didn't know what was on the Amherst invoice. It's a list of items, but there's no financial amount.
There is on the invoice that you're.
But that's an invoice that we do not see when it could be put on the warrant report. If you want to just put it on the warrant report, that works too.
So I will put all the invoices on the warrant report. To me, you're singling out the management agreement, and that implies that there's something wrong with it, because you
Okay.
have invoices for Eversource, you have invoices for McWright for annual inspections.
We do
Taylor
not
Davis.
have invoices for.
No, you have, but they're on the warrant
The
report.
board never sees invoices anymore.
Right, but you're specifically asking for the management agreement and not for any other invoice. You're
We are
saying-
asking for the management agreement invoice because we really want that one before we approve the warrant. That's what we.
Understood.
Okay. So is there any further discussion on this
No.
particular warrant report? Okay, so, because we don't have we discussed it and we voted for that we get that invoice. We did not get the invoice attached to the warrant report as we voted. So, is there any further discussion about that? Because it will work, I have to call for the vote, whether or not to approve this particular warrant.
Can I add something to the discussion? The
Sure.
management agreement is agreed upon amount in the contract. And then to hold up a warrant report for one invoice, that again, I respectfully say that was not on that meeting agenda. Because I would have had a conversation with you about it before. So I would not hold up approving the warrants, which again, that's part of your financial responsibility
Right.
for that one thing. I'll get you the invoices.
We can schedule another meeting to approve this.
Sure, why don't we just
warrant
schedule another meeting then?
report. Do you have anything to?
No, all set.
Nothing more.
No.
So I'll call for the vote on the motion to approve the warrant report of January 1st to January 31st. Sue?
Do you want to table it?
Yeah, I'd like to table it.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could. Can I get a motion to table then?
Okay, I'll make a
Rich
motion
votes
to
to
table it.
Table.
table, and I vote yes to table. So we will need to schedule another meeting. We can do that later on, so. Okay, the next item on the agenda is February 1st to February 28th warrant report. Can I get a motion?
So it's gonna be the same
Oh, my-
thing. Do you want to table all the warrant?
You have to,
We have none of them.
yeah, you have to.
If you want to just reschedule the meeting, just do the quarterlies and then just table everything else, and then we'll do the quarterly to make sure that we get it in on time, and then we'll reschedule.
Okay, so. Can I get a motion to table? All of the warrant reports.
The rest of the meeting, and then just reschedule.
Reschedule the entire rest of the
Yeah,
meeting?
I don't see the point of sitting through the whole thing and then having another entire meeting.
We're just gonna address, the second meeting would be just to address warrant reports.
We'll
We've
do
got-
whatever you want to do.
Can I get a motion to table the warrant reports of January, February, and March to the next meeting?
I'll give a motion that we table it all 3 months till the next meeting.
But
But not the whole entire meeting.
Not the
Not the whole entire today, just the
Okay.
warrant reports.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Rich will second. Call for the vote,
Yes.
Yes.
and I'm a yes. All right, so the warrant reports of January, February, and March are tabled to the next meeting with a vote of 3-0. So the next item on the agenda is the treasurer's report. We will have the treasurer's report for January, February, and March, is it? And it doesn't take a vote. I just want to point out on the second page of your treasurer's report, at the bottom on the right, we now, and we have had passed several times, is the operating reserve amount, the actual dollar amount, the estimate, and the percentage. And we still are doing very, very well. It drops a little bit in, I believe it was March is what I was looking at, yeah. Down from 74% down to, well, no, it's the same. Oh, that was last year. So the estimated reserve is down to 66%, whereas in January it was 77. So we're doing really well. Any other questions or comments on the treasurer's report?
Nothing?
No, nothing.
Okay. We've also got the modernization report. Is there anything you want to tell us about that, Pamela?
No, it'll just show you what projects have been going on. We've been working over at Burke Way.
Mm-hmm.
And again, shows you what's approved, what we've received, and what's outstanding. None of them are closed out.
Yeah. Lots of work. Okay, the next is the quarterly reports. Pamela, can you walk us through this one?
Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate they are because we don't have approved warrant reports, but, let's see. So that's your financials for the end of the quarter, so it will match up with your treasurer's report for March.
Mm-hmm.
But again, as you said, we're in great shape, we're making lots of money and, or retaining lots of money. Despite the amount of vacancies and despite the projects that are going on.
Quarterly reports are dense, yeah. Okay, so can I get a motion to approve the quarterly report?
I'll make a motion to approve the quarterly operating statement for quarter ending 3/31/26 for program 400-1.
All right,
I'll second.
thank you. So open for discussion. Anything else you want to tell us about it, Pamela?
No, it's all pretty standard.
Okay, I'll call for the vote unless somebody else has
Notice.
any questions or
Nothing.
questions. All right, call for the vote, Rich?
Yes.
I'm a yes.
Yes.
All right, motion carries 3-0. And then we have the write-off report.
We also have to vote on the consolidated modernization report.
Oh, sorry about that. That's, it's smooshed in there with the quarterly, so. Pamela, is there anything you want to tell us about that?
No, it's the same report that that I had just reported on, that there was, projects going on back to back at Berkway, and none of the projects are closed out. It will show you what was budgeted, what's been received so far and paid out, and what's remaining in the last column.
Yeah. So the modernization report needs a vote as well? Okay, even though it's not on the list here.
It's part of the quarterlies.
Okay, so maybe next time we can just separate it out so we know that we have a vote to do that's on a separate set of documents from the
It is the quarterly report.
It's a quarterly modernization, but it's two different votes. So I was suggesting that we.
On the board motions, right in the quarterly.
I see that. I'm just talking about for the agenda. That's the important thing, that it says it's a vote. Okay, so can I get a motion to approve the,
I'll make the move to approve the quarterly consolidated modernization cost report for period ending 1/31/2026.
for 3/31/2026?
What I said, one.
Yeah. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, call for the vote.
Yes.
I mean, yes? Yes, okay. And then we have the write-off report. So we have some good news. Pamela?
Well, not good news, but, so this is, a 705 and 667 tenants that have vacated, for various reasons. So this is the balances that are left on their account. So the 667 tenant, unfortunately passed away, so there'll be no credit follow-up on that. On the 705 tenant, we will be doing credit collections, going to Credit Bureau and the Department of Revenue, which highlights, good news is that a previous tenant in 705 that was written off, we were able to intercede the money through the Department of Revenue, through the Intercept program. So the Hadley Housing Authority has been paid back over the last 2 years, the $6,000 the person owed the Housing Authority. So,
And how far back can you go if you're going after money? Is it a 4-year, 6-year, what's the?
I don't think there's a time frame for when you owe, but again, it's only for tenants that have left
Right.
owing money. It's not for
Sure.
current tenants. And then again, as in where this person has passed away, we would never go after the estate or the family.
Yes.
We couldn't, and it's not the right thing to do.
So when that happens, does the state compensate you for the lost amount that the housing authority would have gotten?
Good question. So it is, we actually have in the budget, there's a line item in the budget that is it's called bad debt. So there is a line item in there. I'll go through and look to find it. But we calculate a certain percentage every single year, just in case.
And that was the good news I was referring to.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to vote on that write-off report. So can I get a motion?
I move to accept the write-off report dated 4/28/2026 in the amount of $3,904.
Can I get a second?
Second,
All right, any further discussion?
not for me.
No.
Okay, I'll call for the vote. Sue?
Yes.
I'm a yes, Rich? All right, moving right along to property management, the unit vacancy report.
So that we currently unfortunately have 8 vacant units. All of the units have been rolled into projects. We did have Hadley as well as Belchertown and Amherst and just about every other housing authority. I talked to this recently. The housing authorities did have an awful lot of unexpected deaths this past winter. You know, sometimes it happens either in the beginning of the winter or towards the end of the winter, but it's been very hard even in Hadley with unexpected tenants passing away. So you never plan those. I mean, we expect them in some instances, but not usually 3 in a row. So we are working through them. We do have a new tenant moving in at the beginning of the month.
Yay.
So, and then hopefully one of the Burkways will be filled very soon as well.
Wonderful. Oh, will you be able to take us for that short tour of the newly renovated unit with the kitchen change
I should be able to get it, yes. Yep.
after the meeting?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions about unit vacancies? All right, moving along to tenants account receivable. We have a report on that. Pamela, we don't have a tenants account receivable in our packet.
Nope, again, I had advised you that that TAR report is still not working. So the fee
Okay.
accounting and the software provider are working on what's wrong, why it's not filtering in.
Yeah, you told me, but they need to know. Yeah. So we'll get one maybe next time we have a meeting or at some point when they get it figured out. Okay, so the next item is the capital report under facilities. We have a memo update, requires no vote. And it's talking about the rear door replacement project. Says it will start in May. And when they find out the schedule with the contractor, then they'll notify the tenants, of course. And then we've got one for Burke Way. Looks like for the unit in Burke Way, it's gonna be the same sort of work that was done on the previous unit. So, and we don't give unit names or unit numbers here for safety reasons, but we can see what units are involved. Any questions, Sue or Rich?
No.
Anything to add?
Yeah, just the Burke Way, what we're doing, because there, again, you saw in the report, there's 4 vacancies over there.
Mhm.
Those were all very long-term tenants with a lot of wear and tear.
Mhm.
So all of those are being rolled into this same project number with the
Mhm.
same architect. Because the
Okay.
buildings are the same, so that's actually going to end up costing less money of capital dollars because we're using the same architect. And they already have the plans, so we're just.
And it's the same plans, they don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right, and we're using the same materials and
Mhm.
everything, so there is a lot of vacancies over there, but hopefully the turnover will cost less.
And it'll, is our maintenance folks doing it?
No,
or
it's
It's all
Yeah,
contract?
it's EOHLC contract.
Oh, okay.
It's a project, yeah.
Yeah, it's a project, okay. That's wonderful. And they're helping with the funding, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you, wonderful. Okay, so now we're to work orders. and that does not require a vote. Yesterday, I attended like a training session, and a facilities, I don't know what to call them, like a director of facilities or a trainer with facilities experience with the OHLC was given a course and on what needs to be, part of it was on what needs to be on work orders. We're doing a great job. Well, I should say Kimmel is doing a great job. Amherst Housing Authority is doing a great job on these work orders. And so it told me what to look at. It's the same sort of stuff that the PMR will get into about turnaround time for anything that's health and safety, a work order report for anything health and safety related, be it generated in inspection or somebody calling in or for whatever reason. And again, on the work orders, we get the type of work order, the date it was requested, the number, so it can be tracked of the work order, the date it was completed, and whether it was in Golden Court, which is 667, or Berkway, which is 705. And then a brief description of what the work order is about. So Pamela's team's doing a great job with that, it looks like to me. So does anybody have any other questions or observations or whatever?
Not for me.
No, I did have one thing I was thinking of. So for scheduled maintenance, basically I think it's, trash removal around the dumpsters, one of the scheduled maintenance work orders. Yeah, but I don't see anything like for lawn mowing, and I think we've had the lawn mowed, maybe it was just starting in April, but anyway, will lawn mowing and that kind of thing be on a work order?
It will.
Oh, okay.
What is this, trash removal around dumpsters?
Oh, is that dumpster out back
Yes.
there?
Why, do people just throw it outside?
No, it's elderly people can't get the doors open or the top, flappy thing
Oh.
open. And so the dumpsters are open. Wind comes along and, I think the rules say we're supposed to put everything in plastic trash bags, or it used to be with the previous dumpster company. But not everybody puts their trash in a trash bag. So the wind comes up and it blows around.
So there are sliding doors for people to put things in, but the other problem is there's illegal dumping going on from people that are not parked here.
Probably.
So when our maintenance guy comes over, he checks,
I see he comes over quite a few times.
he's here every day.
Every morning.
Every morning he's here.
Every morning,
But
like clockwork. Yeah, I think the illegal dumping is separate, but I remember it used to be really bad, Sue, you'll remember too, before there was that wooden fence shell around it, it was really bad.
Blue all over, right?
Yeah,
It contains it more.
Yeah, it does, but there's still, stuff that gets blown up and maintenance comes over reliably Monday through Friday and tidies up as best they can.
Okay.
So any other questions?
Yeah.
All right, so now, the next thing is board correspondence, which is where the performance management review got put. So we're back to that tab in our binder. So Pamela, you wanna walk us through the performance management review?
It's the same review that every other housing authority goes through,
Mhm.
once a year.
Well, we were once every 2 years now,
No,
right?
you still have it, we still have it, just every other year it's published.
Right,
So
okay.
we still have the review, it's not the AUP, it's the,
Right.
it's more of a, and this was a desk audit. So, overall, the housing authority did very well. There were some findings, but we absolutely passed the performance management review.
So we have, some corrective actions and operational guidance. You wanna walk us through those?
Corrective action means they slap you on the hands and they tell you, make sure, in this one it says board member training, but at the same time, it's their system that's giving our board members a problem, it's not our board members' fault.
Right.
Even me just working with Trackstar and the level of, you have to write to UMass to update people, they're very confused now about board members that were re-elected. So they're not getting the correct, like Richie, for example, is a holdover, and it's still tying him to an old,
Account.
Well,
Yeah.
not old account, the 25-year, fiscal year 25 board training, but he needs to take 26. So it's, and again, I've said it a million times, it's not just this housing authority,
It's
it's
everybody.
not just these board members. All three of my housing authorities are having trouble, and I have even less control in Trackstar than I had before. I mean,
Yeah.
Pam and I were both working, trying to update, folks' years of when they were sworn in, when their term expires, and it's still not right, and they still don't get the emails, so, it's great to get the training, but I understand everybody's trying too, so it is what it is. The corrective action or operational guidance on TAR, again, Hadley's always had a bad TAR. But as you can tell by the vacancies at Burke Way, we're working really hard to clean that up.
And here, and over here.
Yeah, but it's definitely worse on the
Yeah.
other side, in family housing. So we are working on that, we're following all the guidelines. And then, other than that,
Everything else was great. It was all no findings, which is like an A+, you know?
I think we got something for.
And this was for fiscal year ending September 2025, so we
Correct.
just gotta remember it was, you know,
Yeah, it's always,
it's always in the fiscal year, and ours ends, you know, ours starts October 1st, so this is for mostly 24 and 25.
and the highlight of it is that at the end of the fiscal year, even with how much you pay to the Amherst Housing Authority, you're at 87% of your operating reserve, which prior to Amherst Housing Authority coming,
It was horrible.
you were in the red
We were in the
for
red,
years.
and there was no way to dig out. So I think we've said on this board many times, we all agree that we are in much better shape. I mean, it's clear, it's just objective evidence. Okay. So, is there any other questions about the performance management, the desk audit for the performance management review? It's like the off-year PMR. Any questions?
No.
Okay.
Oh, and I do wanna correct though, they did come out and do physical, they were here.
Yeah,
So they were here and they brought out the, from the property management side too, and they did inspections. So they
I
tied,
remember that.
what they tie is, they'll look at the work order system and then they'll pull some work orders, pull those apartments and go in and verify that the work's been done and that it's been done in a workmanship, quality way.
Right. And that's what that facilities management guy from EOHLC was saying yesterday. And I thought, well, we're doing great then, because. All right. Oh, we have a final ratings report on the, I don't know even how to read this. It gives us a score. Does that score even matter? Their final ratings report where they give us a score.
Well, it matters that if you fail, you apply.
That's true.
Yeah, we passed.
Oh, so our weighted score for Hadley Housing Authority was almost 81%. And they told us yesterday that it had to be at least 66. And again, the thing that drags us down is something like Pamela said we have no control over, which is EOHLC's track star thing. So for the board training required. And the situation with the tenant's account receivable report is a problem, so. Okay, but that's in the process of getting repaired. And it's not something we have any control over, so. We can't move forward. We have to wait for Pamela to come back. It is the new board member advertisement update.
So I do not have that with me. I know you and I spoke and you wanted a copy of it, and I did not print off what I had sent you in the email.
Well, I've got the email that was from last, I don't know, November, December, something like that. That I think we all got a copy of or something, one of the meetings. Has there been any advertising going out for a new board member?
There has not been from the housing authority. Has there been any from the town
No.
you're aware of?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's running.
Nobody's running. Okay.
No, nobody's, the select board hasn't done the advertisement yet. And the select board probably won't.
They usually are supposed to.
I know,
Yeah.
I saw that too, but I think the select board's been overwhelmed with this next 2.5 override situation. And I don't think we can count on the select board to put out they're just stressed to the
But
max.
is does people already have their papers in, Alex?
Yeah, all the deadlines have been passed. There is no contest for the housing authority for e-receipts.
Say that again.
There's no contest for e-receipts this year.
Nobody applied.
Right,
So I'll contact the governor's office too.
yeah. So Pamela's gonna contact the governor's office because we also are short a state appointee.
And Rich, you've been asking all your friends in town, right?
So we're stuck at 3 for now. Will you be able to do an advertisement?
Yes, yep.
All right. And when do you think you can have that done by?
Friday. I'll have it posted in the Gazette. Alex, do you know the date of the election?
It's May. No, that's
Oh, that's the town.
that's the
meeting.
town. Yeah, so that's the town meeting. I think the election's 2 Tuesdays after that. I don't know the exact date.
And it wasn't on well, it might be now on the calendar, but it wasn't on the calendar a few days ago.
So I know early voting dates are on the town calendar.
Yes, but the actual voting date isn't.
I don't think so.
Or wasn't, it might be now.
Yeah.
So when you get that done by Friday, can you send me an email on that?
Absolutely.
Thank
I'll
you.
CC you on all the correspondence.
Thank you. Okay, so now the next item, do you have anything to add, Sue or Brenda? About that?
No.
Okay. So the next item is the discussion about the quarterly meetings. So how's it been working for you, Sue, the quarterly meetings?
Working fine.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. From my perspective, it doesn't work as well. It's a lack of, connection, conversation, communication, and for stuff like happened earlier in the meeting, there's just not, it doesn't work as well. And then if we miss something on the agenda that needs to be taken care of, or something's coming up, then we don't have a meeting already scheduled. I would prefer to go back to monthly meetings with maybe, if that's too much to do, then maybe every other month meeting. But every 3 months, just, it doesn't work for me, so, anybody wanna add or,
This is only a test anyways.
oh, it was only a test,
For
yeah.
about a year, see how it's gonna go.
Yeah, I don't like it,
I
but,
I suppose by the manual, you're supposed to have one every month.
yes, it's, in our bylaws, but we were just doing a pilot project kind of
Pretty
thing.
much, yes.
Yeah. Sue?
I like the every 3 months.
Yeah.
I feel we can always have an extra meeting if we need it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll agree with her.
Okay,
You need to
So-
have a meeting, we could have it.
yeah, but we also need to hear from Pamela. How's it been working for you to have quarterly?
Well, we didn't actually have quarterly, we voted on it, but then we had a February meeting. The February meeting was a special meeting, an extra meeting. The housing authority will do whatever the board wants to do. So whatever the consensus does, I do think it's very hard for us. Again, nobody's running for election. Nobody wants the job.
Well, they've received no advertisement either. Nobody knows the position. Like the town doesn't even say
The housing authority's been here since, I think, in the late 60s. They know we're here.
62.
Yeah, so they know we're here. The town has appointed people in the past.
Exactly.
People don't want to serve, and that's across the board. Rich is smiling.
True, I
because
just
he
get that
knows.
same problem down in Legion also.
Right,
Nobody wants to do anything.
right. It's not just the housing authority, it's everywhere. And it's not because there's not an advertisement. It's because there's nobody here to do it. Even with an advertisement, we did do an advertisement. The town clerk did an advertisement for 2 weeks in Belchertown, and nobody stepped forward.
There's a bulletin board in the library when you first walk in. When
Right.
you first walk in the door and you make a left, big bulletin board. You might want to put a flyer.
Okay,
A lot of people do look at it. I see people when I walk in standing by it. So.
okay.
So we could take
I
a
like it.
copy of whatever's gonna get published in Hampton Gazette and stick it up there. So that's certainly something we can do, networking with everybody you know.
I think Richie's been doing that for,
Yeah.
Richie's been doing that for years, talking to people, trying to get people to join.
Talked to a few people.
Yeah.
Of course, I got a few people too, they didn't laugh.
Right. Yeah.
And that's yes, and so it is a problem all through the Commonwealth for housing authorities because we're obligated to have at least 3 people in a meeting by statute. So,
We'd be more than happy, Patty, me to be more than happy to help the housing authority out with any PSA videos to go out on the web. People watch our stuff.
they do.
So we'd be more than happy to put something out for you if you'd like. If it help.
Why don't I, when Pamela gives me the copy of of the advertisement, you could just publish that, right? As
We
an
could.
advertisement.
We
Yeah.
could. I could put it on our Facebook. I'm pretty sure I could send over whatever it is.
Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because people do go to your Facebook page.
They do.
Absolutely.
We do. But what I'm saying is to do it on another level, turn into a video.
That'd be lovely.
And get someone from the board saying why this is important to do and all that.
Yeah.
It's totally up to the board. I'm just putting it out as an
Thank
offer,
you.
and I'd be more if I get copy and advertised, I'd be more happy to put it out for everyone.
It's wonderful. Yeah, sounds good. Any other ideas, Rich? Sue?
Maybe go to some of the committees in town that are already have people, knowing that there are people who are interested in being on committees, and see if they want to join, like the library committee or the Human Rights Commission. Go to those, because you know that people are already people that want to volunteer. So go to the volunteer people first, because you know that they're more apt to volunteer. Again,
Yeah, volunteers are apt to volunteer more. So we were on discussion of quarterly meetings and kind of got sidetracked to our discussion of getting more board members. So I'm gonna ask again, do we have a motion? Did we do a motion?
we can do a motion.
Okay, so can I get a motion to, well, what do you want to move for? That's why we needed discussion, because we would have to vote to resume monthly meetings or vote to make them every other month or continue our pilot meeting schedule of quarterly.
Should we table that too for next time? So we'll have two things that'll be tabled.
I don't know that we need to
Think about
table it, but, or do you want to think, what do you want to do?
I'd say table it, but maybe we could get out there a little bit more and see what we see before we.
Get out there a little bit more for what, to find a new board member?
No, I mean, just to decide and out there and think about, do we
Oh,
want
think about, do we want
right.
every 3 months
3 months,
or every 2
other,
months
or just every
month?
3 months with a special meeting here and then?
Can I just add too,
Yeah.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Sue, I think what Sue's saying too is that if you get another board member, even if you have 4, then that eases up some of the pressure
It
on
does.
board members that you have to be here for every board
Right.
meeting. So if you're sick or not feeling well, or you have a doctor's appointment or any other, you're unable to make a meeting, there's not guilt or, that you feel
Yeah.
like you're not
Right,
living up to
yeah.
your responsibilities as a board member.
Yeah. So
So it definitely would be eased if we could have 4 or 5 board members, like most of the boards are designed to have.
They're sort of connected, how often we're gonna meet and how many people are sitting at the table are sort of connected to one another.
Yeah,
So we have to look at them as really.
well, we'll all be from Hampton, that's the
Right.
connection. I'm more inclined to, I don't want to table this till July, Sue. I mean, I know we're gonna have another meeting very quickly,
So
but
that's, if
we
we're
wanna
having
just wait till then.
let's wait till the quick meeting that's coming
Well,
up.
then give me a motion.
He's good at motions, so.
So it would be, to move to
So when you were,
to put it on the agenda for the special meeting that we're going to agree to next,
whenever it comes up.
yeah. Because that's what we'll do next, is schedule this special meeting. Because right now, we just have July 28th scheduled.
I'll make the motion, we schedule table it till the next meeting, next special meeting.
There you go.
And I second.
Okay, I'll call for the vote, Rich?
Yes.
And I'm a yes, and
Yes.
Susie, yes, okay. So, we will address this on the agenda at the next special meeting, which we now need to schedule. Any ideas?
Mrs. Campbell can do it.
Yeah,
Looking at the calendar.
And it would definitely be on a Tuesday then, right? Most likely.
that's a day
Tuesday
you
the
pretty much
19th?
have reserved, right?
What's that?
Tuesdays?
Tuesday the
Tuesday
19th?
morning?
I try not to make any appointments in the morning on Tuesday.
That is
The 19th? At 11?
of May?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just get it done
I have other
You have other
things.
things? Okay. And you can't do it until the 19th?
Not on a Tuesday.
Is there any other time you have available, Rich or Sue? So we could go, what do you have available that's sooner than
So
3
we're
weeks?
we're in the middle of year end and
Mhm.
budget planning for Amherst. We're in the middle of contract negotiations with the union for the maintenance staff.
Mhm.
I have multiple court cases going and I have an NCAP lawsuit going.
So it's
So we're
never
really
gonna
very
be a
busy.
Monday?
We're-
Yeah,
It's not just Mondays. Like tomorrow is union negotiations
okay.
and then the following, so.
Okay, so it looks like the 19th is the first available, right?
Yeah.
For a special meeting. So Tuesday, May 19th, does that work for you, Rich?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Sue?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, wonderful.
Same time or
11 a.m. sounds good. Unless you want it earlier, Pamela or Rich or,
Nope, 11.
It's a little better.
okay,
I mean,
sounds good.
So is it okay too, if something comes up in the meantime, like a project, a capital project that needs a vote on, that I
Yeah,
pop
do-
it on that same
Just
meeting?
pop it on that same agenda.
Okay.
So we're gonna have, the invoices on the warrant report, so we can approve the warrant report, the, discussion of the quarterly meetings with a vote, and anything else that pops up, signatures, contracts, whatever has to be done, let's get it out of the way. Is that okay? Everybody? Yeah. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the annual plan discussion of procedure and dates for the annual plan.
So that is laid out by EOHLC, how the annual plan goes, and we're working on it right now. And the board would need to hold the public meeting and the vote in July.
Will we be doing that on July 28th, or should it be a separate date?
No, it can be the same date as the board meeting.
Okay,
We've done that in the past, we do the annual plan first, go in and out of the annual plan, with motions, and then,
that's what we did last year.
yep, so.
Does that sound good, Rich?
That's good.
Sue? Okay, we don't need a vote on that, so. And we'll get the annual plan in advance so we can look through it.
45 days, it's required by law to be in the public in your hand.
Wonderful. So we'll look forward to that sometime in the middle of June. Items for future agenda.
If you don't mind me just mentioning one quick thing. In September, I'll be on leave, so there's a good chance that any meetings in September may not be covered.
Okay.
So if you do plan on having a meeting in September, which there's a good chance by seeing what that by y'all discussing, I will not be working in the month of September. I'll be back in October.
Okay, so it'll just be, Pam will take minutes
Yeah.
because we won't have a video.
I mean, you can record it if you really wanted to, but it'll be posted after September.
Oh, yeah,
But we won't be. We probably won't be here.
right. No, understood.
I'd like to, in the next agenda, talk more about training for board members. And we keep saying meeting after meeting how difficult this track star is and how we can only get so far. I think we need to come up with a plan. Because if we can't seem to follow it, then we have to get together a group, maybe do it together as a group and sit down and, you know.
If you have the code kind of access, I'm happy to sit with you.
But it was,
And Rich.
maybe leaving,
And-
maybe we can do it,
Well, whatever, I'm happy to do it because I'm pretty adept at that kind of
right,
thing.
well, that would help
But
me.
it's just getting to the point of being able to even log on. That's the problem.
Well, let's sit down and start trying it together, because we're not getting anywhere.
Well, you can't do
separately.
anything until you have your login credentials.
So I will, before we leave, so it's not in this book, we just gave it to Belchertown again too. We have the printout with the hyperlink on it, and you use your email address and you create.
So you'll give us each a copy of that?
Yeah, before
And
we-
could you include the ethics training, the new ethics training, not
The
the
ethic-
old one?
The ethics training doesn't come from the housing authority, it comes from the town clerk.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah, that's from the town.
That and the open meeting law, you have to,
Do we have to go separately to town clerk, or can we get a copy of that for all of us too?
She should have sent you a link. She didn't? Okay.
She might have, but I don't
but
remember
you
seeing it.
can't, you just go on the, I can help you with that. You just go on the ethics and you tell them, I can sit with you and do that,
All right.
okay? And I've got a laptop, I can bring it down here, we can sit, we'll have plenty of room, get some coffee, we'll be fine.
Does he want to join us?
Yeah, probably
Always
do.
welcome.
I'd probably
Okay.
do it,
Could we do that on the same day we have our special meeting, only because we're already gonna be here and it's gonna be a short meeting?
I think so, or we could do it before, we could do it, whatever.
So
I've
why
got
don't
my
you say
laptop
when you're
here.
gonna do it, and I'll, if you do it before or after, and I'll post it as training, because there's gonna be the three of you, so it needs to be posted.
It's a training,
Yep, yes, so it needs to be posted.
okay.
So you wanna do it after?
I don't know.
I don't care if it's before or after, whatever's good
Yeah.
for everybody.
Whatever, okay. Let's see. There's no one here from the public. And unless anybody has anything else they want to see on items for future agenda, we've already defined what we're gonna have for the future agenda for the 19th, the special meeting on the 19th. So anything else, Sue? Rich?
No.
Then, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion, meeting.
All right,
And I second.
and we're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.